Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out. You've experienced life, love, lost, have no fear. Just keep pushing, be strong. Keep the faith until change comes. Strength is not how much you can ever overcome and what you couldn't do alone. I'm determined to. Yeah, I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, 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 yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out. You've experienced life, love, lost, have no fear. Just keep pushing, be strong. Keep the faith until change comes. Strength is not how much you can ever overcome and what you couldn't do alone. I'm determined to. Yeah, I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, 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 yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah.
It is First Monday. Woo! Welcome to the month of March. It is the first Monday in March. This month is going by just fast. It's going by so fast as the year as well. But we are at the letter W. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all your support, everything that you do every month. Listen, you all are with me every month with experiencing life, love, and loss. We have experienced so much going through these letters. We have experienced so much life. Unfortunately, we have to experience some loss and even some love, which is what we're going to focus on tonight. We hitting the love spot tonight, y'all. Listen, go ahead and drop in the comments your name so I can give a shout out, so I can know who is with me on tonight. Listen, share this live. It is going to be epic and life-changing. You do not want to let your friends and your loved ones miss out on this opportunity. This is the first time I have an in-person guest. You know, normally my guest is digital and online and virtual, but this time he's in the house, and I am so excited about what is to come. Listen, before I even get into that, let's have some tea time. Woo! Let's spill some tea. At this particular part and segment of the show, you get a chance to ask Tisha whatever you want to ask, and it does not have to be about our particular topic. So Tisha is going to spill the tea. That means I'm going to be very transparent with what is going on with me. First of all, let me get some tea. Oh, it's hot. Ooh. But it's so good. Y'all know my tea is really coffee. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to have it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the noonday, and sometimes at night. But I'm no addict. But anyway, let's see if we have any questions out here for tonight. I don't see anybody asking the questions. So I'm going to go ahead and spill a little tea. When I first started, listen, y'all, I had two producers. I had one on the background virtually that was handling your questions. He was there to post the questions. He was there to handle all the background stuff. And then I had somebody in-house that was doing all my executive things. And listen, neither one of them are here with me today. So I am rolling all by myself. I'm going to handle everything all by myself. Okay. Listen, it has been a while since your losses, which sparked the show. So have you moved past that to love again? Ooh, girl, you, hold on. God dog it. This girl, ooh. Janine, you want me to spill the tea? Yes. Yes, I have pushed past that particular part in my life where I had to experience some losses. I had a couple of them too, few of them. But I am at the point where my heart is open, my mind is open, ready to love again. And I think but I'm here. I'm past that to where I can experience love and have. Is it here? It is here. Yes, I have opened up my heart to experience that and try that thing one more time. Woo! Anybody, that girl is deep right here. She is really wanting me to spill the tea on tonight. But tonight is a good night because once we get into it, listen, you are not going to want to stop with the questions because I have somebody here on tonight that you're going to want to question about this thing called dating. Now you want to say yes. You excited for me? Thank you. Thank you. It feels good. Yeah, it feels good. Now it is. It is shout out time. Let me get rid of this and get. I am back. Listen, I told you I'm handling it all by myself. So I am going to do the best I can to make sure everything is on top. Now, let's see who I want to give some shout outs to. Let's go. Hey, Karen Wilson from Heartland, Texas. Hey, girl. How are you? And we have Carmelita Jones. Carmelita Jones, a.k.a. known as CC Jones. The psalmist, my sister. Made away, CC Jones. And we got the elder with the preacher collar. What's up, Elder Dwayne Flowers? Thank you for hanging out with me. Anyone else want to drop their name down? I see we have some more people on there, but you don't want to drop your name. So I want to give a shout out to the people who are watching incognito. Hey, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you for just being here with us. Now, we're at the letter W. We're going to get into the show right now. And I chose waiting women. What are we waiting on? Waiting on that man. That's what we waiting on. We waiting on that man. Slaying the dating game. Now, we are going to talk about this book called Rules of Slaying the Dating Game. Now, this is going to give us some nuggets. It's going to give us something that we can do and how to handle it. I don't care what age group you're in on tonight. You can be helped in the dating game and how to slay it. Woo! And this is not just for women. We're going to talk about the men. We're getting a man perspective of what women should do while they're waiting or how to slay the waiting game. And without further ado, I'm not going to keep y'all waiting for a long time. I want to introduce my brother. He's a homeboy because he connected to the homegirl. Y'all learn that in a minute. He is my brother. He is the author of this great book that we're going to talk about today. He is a relationship strategist. Now, he has strategized the whole thing. He has analyzed the whole thing. So he has some knowledge and some experience to pour into us tonight. Let's give it up for Mr. Victor McLaughlin. I know, yeah. I got to be my own. Hey.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Come on in.
Bust up into the studio like that.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Say hi to the people.
Yeah. Thanks for joining in. We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a funky good time. We're going to have a good time on tonight.
Exactly.
Mr. Victor.
Yes.
Before we get into the book, give us a little bit about who you are. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. I'm a Dallasite. Born and raised in Oak Cliff.
Okay.
Lived on the north side for the last 35 years. College athlete, 2 sports, wrote 22 books. After going to college, reading on a 6th grade level.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a poor reader. No dyslexia, no issues other than I just didn't practice. practice football, basketball, track, practice all that a lot.
Right.
But reading, no. There was, even in high school, there were articles in the newspaper regularly about me that I couldn't read. Or I would have to read them and take 30 minutes to read, 3 paragraphs.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know a lot of our young Black males, especially, are still experiencing the same thing. And it's unfortunate because they don't have problems. They just need more practice.
So you should have been in my class. No. No. I totally agree with you. And with the practice, what I try to instill in my students, that reading anything is practice.
That's right.
Reading. So, and sometimes you have to read it aloud in order to continue to give it to your mind so your mind can regurgitate and give it back to you. So we don't have the time. That's what we think. We don't have time to sit down and read. And most of the students now are, let me say how I can say it. They're not even presented with certain things to where they can read. Like books are not, just flowing, in their possession. So they feel like it's far-fetched. And a lot of stuff that we force feed them in school is not what they're interested in.
Right.
So they don't want to read that.
Right. So I tell women across the country, because I've been touring for 25 years, and I always have, married women, single women, young moms saying, how can I get my son to read more? I said, get them to read things that they're interested in. If they like, cars, get them books and magazines on cars, athletics, dance, whatever, music, and love stories, whatever they're interested in, put those in front of them, and I guarantee they'll read a lot more.
So before we get into it, y'all, we have something in common, right? So here we go right here. Anthony Holmes say, hey, Newt, we got that Christmas green.
Oh, yeah. Tony up in the place. What's up? That's H-Town.
H-Town, okay.
H-Town represent.
Oh, welcome, Newt.
I love it.
So we have this Christmas cream going on here. We have this connection. So you're from Oak Cliff.
I'm from Oak Cliff.
You're from Oak Cliff. So tell us a little bit about, I guess, your relationship experience. Like what led you to 2024? How did you get here?
I was married for 24 years. And throughout that, like I said, I've been writing books for 25 years. So I've been touring a lot throughout the country. And it seems like either during or after the book signing, because most of my books have some serious relationship, drama going on. Guy meets girl, guy loses girl, somebody gets killed, things blow up. Because I like to bring espionage and go full circle with my stories. And women would say, you seem to know a lot about putting men and women together in the book. So how did A, B, and C happen? And how does that apply to me? Or they'll just come out and say it. That sounded a lot like my last relationship or the relationship I'm in now. Okay. And I don't really know how to tell my husband that our marriage is good enough for me not to cheat. But that's barely what it is. I want more. I want more love. I want more affection. I want more zest. I want more kisses. I want to be held. Right. And my question is always, why don't you tell him? And a lot of women would say, well, he ought to know he's my man. Men are not mind readers, and if we are, we're very bad at it. So women, tell a brother what you want, and if he doesn't get it, write it down and hand it to him.
Oh, he can let him read it.
Yeah, let him read it.
Oh, okay. That is good. That's good stuff right there. Listen, so your relationship now, where are you with the relationship? Y'all dating? What are y'all about to do?
Yeah, I'm engaged.
You're engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, he's off the market, child!
I got a boo. She's from Detroit.
I know, my homegirl. Yeah. That's why he, my homeboy in connection with my homegirl. Yes.
Yeah. I know. And I got divorced after being married 24 years. People saying, I can't believe you're dating seriously again. I told them, I'm not for these streets. I can't do what y'all do. I can't, hop left to the right, front and center, and kick it with another chick I just can't. I'm not built like that.
Man.
I'm not built like that. So I was blessed with the sweet, sexy thing, and took her off the market as soon as possible. What's funny is she said, you just got divorced months ago. How do I even know that you're ready? How do I know that you're healed? And unfortunately, I said, I think I was healing on my way out because it was bad for a while. I know you're laughing.
No, I'm laughing because I can relate.
It was, and most people that get divorced can. It was not good for a long time. So when I was done, I was, done and finished? Yeah, I was done and finished. So a lot of prayer, going to counselors.
Yes.
You know, a lot of reading the Bible and trying to recenter because I didn't feel like I was supposed to be alone. Yeah.
Yes.
So I like to say I was auditioning. I was auditioning women.
All right.
And because and women should be able to audition men too.
Absolutely.
Find out, and we talk about this in the book that we're going to get to, find out what your standards are. Find out what moves you. Find out what your goals and values are when you're looking for a mate. Otherwise, you're going to, continue to, we all do it. You get hooked on what he or she looks like, what he or she smells like, how they make me feel when they look at me, or when you get a little deeper and you get to the bedroom. Yeah, but then what about after you get used to that?
Right.
Or when you're not having very good days and you're not getting along, or someone has a bad day and you have to deal with them. One thing I always want to know is, how do you act when you're mad? When you're not having a good day, how do you act?
Right.
Are you showing out? Are you hard to reach? Do you go in a hole? Are you going to share with me and allow me to help, work through that? And those are the things that we don't think about.
Right.
Because he's so cute. She's so cute. And that we need to.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea not to gaslight, but kind of push it to see, just so you can test it out to see, am I able to deal with this person when they're extremely mad? Because everything is good if everybody's happy. Of course we could get along like that, but will I be able to get along with that other person that's, deep down inside of you when the anger flares up?
Right.
We turn into a whole nother person.
And do they fight fair? Which is very important. Do they fight fair? Are they going to say things to win? Are they going to say things to harm me and hurt me and break me? Are they going to say things that, I know we don't agree, or we're going to have to agree to disagree? I'm going to take the L on this one. Or I'm just going to take a back seat, disengage and say, you know what? We're talking about the same things over and over. We're talking in circles over and over. Let's take a break, get back to this tomorrow or 2 days. Define the time we're going to get back to this, because usually women want to talk. And
Absolutely.
talk. And men, usually we get tired and say, okay, enough. And then especially if you start noticing that voices are getting, raised and the tempers are starting to get involved, well, then you have two highly emotional people talking. Y'all not attacking the problem anymore. Now you're attacking each other.
Right.
So that's what I needed to know. And her friend said, no, she's pretty level-headed. So because I've had some hot-headed women,
right.
And to me, I'll pass. They're going to make someone a wonderful woman, a wonderful wife, just not me.
Just not you.
Just not me.
Hey, get somebody else to do it.
Exactly.
Right. Listen, before we start getting into these questions in the book, I want you to know you are open. This is an open forum where you can ask your questions. Just post it, type it up, and I will put it up on the screen. And I'm talking about in dead center, in the middle of a conversation, we will address your question and get to it right then. Especially because it's some juicy. Man, there's some juicy stuff in here. Some of this stuff, I was like, why is this even a thing? But it is. And he is covering, I want to tell you, it's about 565,820 rules he got in here for dating. He has covered everything.
Okay, it is 14 sections, 55 chapters, 608 rules, and it's a fast read. Yeah. You're going to laugh. You're going to get your highlighter. You're going to underline. You're going to dog your pages. You're going to call your girlfriend and say, I think somebody needs to listen to it. You're going to read it to them until they have their own copy. But that's one of the reasons I wrote it, because for so many years I've had friends, female friends, who will come up and say, I'm dating this guy or I was dating this guy, or I just don't know if he's feeling me, or I just don't know where it's going. I can't tell. The biggest thing I had with people calling me or DMing me saying, I don't know how to meet guys. Not that I'm against meeting guys, but I don't know where to go. And I'm like, aren't you around guys all day long? Aren't you around guys in the office, at church, when you go out and have a drink at the bar? Aren't you around? Yeah, but they're not talking to me. They're not approaching me. And that's when I realized women are spending their time getting dressed up, getting their hair and nails done, smelling good, dressing nice. And then sometimes all night long you're out and not one man speaks to you. Not one man just says hello.
What's up with that?
Doesn't compliment you, doesn't tell you look pretty, I like your shoes, nothing. And when I started hearing a lot of that, I said, okay, I get it. And then I realized, because I'll speak. If I make eye contact, I speak. I'm old school. Oak Cliff is country as hell. And I'm from Oak Cliff. So we speak to people who make eye contact with us. But there were so many men who are not from Dallas, and from other places, who don't do it. They don't speak to a woman unless they're interested in her, which I think is unfair.
Right.
That's your sister. You know, you make eye contact. Don't look her off. Say hello. Smile.
Right.
Head nod. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free. It's free.
That's good stuff right there. Listen, we're going into this book right here. We're going to start off with chapter 1. Right? Let me go to chapter 1. And the reason why I want to hit chapter 1 talks about the rules with opening up your heart and opening up your eyes, right? So, just today, when my question came, when it was tea time for me, it was like I had to get to the point first, even though I had experienced some losses with divorce, even though I had experienced a bad relationship, or even though I experienced an end of the relationship that I wasn't even expecting. You have to get to the point where you heal first, and then you're open and you're ready for that. So give us some insight on, you know, why that had to be chapter 1.
Well, because I wanted to begin at the beginning.
Okay.
Realizing that a number of us, you know, we're all adults. So there are a number of us who are, to be honest with you, are broken from childhood trauma, from young adult trauma, from being young, being into relationships too soon, getting done wrong, getting abused, both men and women.
Right.
Having folks just, like this chick said the other day, just do some heinous things to you. Or leave on a bad relationship that you never felt was resolved. And then, you know, people need closure. So if the guy or the girl just stops dealing with you and don't, you know, blocks you, doesn't call you anymore, doesn't return your calls, which is not fair because it doesn't allow you to heal. So that brokenness sometimes gets a little deeper and deeper. And when you pile other relationships on top of it, at the very bottom, there it is. There's still cracks in it. So no matter how much a person tries to pour into you, even in a healthy relationship, underneath all that other stuff is still a broken vessel. So no matter how much they pour into you, you still feeling empty. I know he's a great guy. I know she's a great girl. I don't know why I just ain't feeling her like I should. Because you still broken.
Right.
Yeah. So the healing can't start until we address some of those things.
So how do we start that healing process? Because some people want to be healed. They just don't know how to do it. So what are some of the things that we can do when our heart is broken? And what I see sometimes, what was a cliche, in order to get over a man, you get under another, you know, whatever. And some people are putting Band-Aids on this broken, shattered heart of emotions. And they think if I just get me another one, I'm gonna be all right. What does that look like?
Okay, well, I'm going to address both.
Okay.
The biggest problem with that is when you don't fix what's wrong, when you don't heal, when you don't take the time to go over it, you're asking the next man to carry the last man's baggage, which is unfair. So you're snapping at him, you're measuring him by your last guy, and I can't trust you. I can't give him a heart because you're going to do me wrong, like he did me wrong. You know, and then you start getting this, oh, man ain't this. I can't trust me. I can't trust black men. And it's like, sisters, just stop. Deal with the person in front of you and give them a fair chance. And it's easier if you shake off the residue from the past relationship. Right. So you said, how do you do that? The first thing I suggest doing is block old dude. When old dude has dogged you, has had you on a shelf and takes you off the shelf when he wants to deal with you, when he answers your calls only when he wants to deal with you, when he lets you slide through, he slides through only when he wants to deal with you, he ain't that into you. He doesn't really like you enough. He likes you enough to sleep with you. He likes you enough to converse with you, maybe take you out. But he doesn't like you enough to be in a relationship. And if you have relationship goals, then you need to block them. Don't circle back. Let him come back through. 6 months later, he saw me, girl. I saw him and he smiled at me, and I think things are gonna be different. He said he changed. Really? And yeah, and especially if you're over 40, y'all need to stop believing. But one thing that I heard from a woman that was probably the most prophetic thing I've ever heard. And she said, men don't really have to lie to us. If we like them, we'll lie to ourselves.
Man.
That's when I wrote the book.
Man.
That's when I wrote the book. I said, if there's enough women out there who feeling like this, believing like this, acting like this, then we need to put some guidelines up. We need to put some rules up so that when women find themselves falling into that same tired rut in that same bad groove. It's okay to get your groove back, but a bad groove, leave the bad groove out there. What you say, leave somebody else to do that? Let somebody else do it.
Let somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Get somebody else to do it.
Don't be the same fool twice. And if you've been the same fool more than twice, don't tell nobody. Just, say your prayers, talk to somebody, get it out, move on.
It takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. I mean, love don't love nobody,
but a good man will. A good man love you back.
Yeah.
A good man love you back. If he's healed, because there's a lot of bitter, broken brothers out there. Man, this woman dogged me one time, and I can't believe she treated me so bad. Mm-hmm. I poured my heart out to her, and I was like, how long ago was that? And that was like, was that 93, 96? I'm like, dude, you talking the 90s?
Right.
You talking about the early 2000s? So the last time you gave your heart to a woman was 2005? Wow. Bruh, you need to stop using that excuse. Let that go. We all get bitten, as I say, whether you're a man or a woman. You're going to have somebody take a piece of your heart.
Right.
Or a piece of your self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they don't take any of your integrity.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay.
There is a section where you're talking about your purpose in dating. Mm-hmm. And there are many different reasons why people date.
Right.
Some people date, like you say, you can't do it, I can't do it. This is not my type of thing. When you multi-dating with the desire to just remain single.
Right.
Who are these type? Like, what's I ain't gonna say something wrong with them because it's okay. But how do you deal with these type of people who want to multi-date with a desire to remain single? That's fine, but they don't tell you.
Guys and girls both do
Yeah,
this.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. So sometimes you can see it coming, sometimes you can't. Sometimes they lull you into this false sense of, okay, he's feeling me, she's feeling me. They want something different. They want something special. There's something in me, the way they're treating me. They're being attentive. They're being accessible. They like me. This is different. Mm. Well, sometimes they're like that with everybody. They're trying to sleep with. Yeah. And they have a rotation. Men, when I got divorced, I found out women had a rotation too. I know anything about that. It's like,
what is it?
Didn't you say that we were going to connect on Thursday night and then we're going to try to do something on Saturday? Didn't hear from you Thursday night. Friday, you called me when you at work. And then Saturday, I got what was left of your day. Oh, no, sis. You acting like a dude. And you acting like a dude who ain't even running. I'm from the street, so I see game coming, but I didn't expect it from a woman.
Wow.
Found out women running games too. And there was something else you said about, I was trying to think of your last point. It'll come back to me. Oh, multiple dating with a purpose. If you want to multiple date and remain single, there is nothing wrong with it. My suggestion is just be honest.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you something. I've been telling guys this since college. Kicking it with someone and being honest with them, you're probably not going to lose anything. If you're trying to sleep with them, be honest. You're going to sleep with them. They're going to keep sleeping with you if they like you enough. You don't have to lie to them.
Right.
I've never had to defend the truth. Just say, look, I like you. I'm dating 4 or 5 other women. I suggest you date other guys. If something happens between us where it gets that deep and we decide to just be us, then cool. Let's talk about that. And meanwhile, I'm just going to date around. I've never had a woman say, well, you know what? Until you decide what you're going to do, then we can't kick it up. Never had a woman say that. Well, I had one say it, but she didn't mean it. Because after about 2 weeks of not being in my space, she was like, well, I know you still seeing other people, but hey, let's just see where it goes, which means you're right back in. So women, if you want a multiple date, well, see, came right back around. So if you want a multiple date and remain single, just be honest. I'm dating, I'm having a good time. And right now, I can't do any more than I'm doing today. If something changes, I'll let you know and we'll talk about it. You're not going to lose a dude. You're not going to lose a woman over that.
Right. Maybe. And then I believe that everyone has their own experience with this when it comes to multi-dating and having a desire to remain single. From the conversations that I have with different generation of people, there are some people out there who are down for whatever you are down for. All you have to do is be honest. You won't know if they down for it until you let them know. And then there's some people that's gonna say, well, no, I don't want to be a part of that. Then you don't make them a part of what you're doing.
Right.
You go out there and you get somebody that's willing to hang out like you willing to hang out, but don't pull somebody else in.
Don't do it. That's not fair. That's not fair. But if you do like to multi-date for the purpose of staying and remaining single, this book teaches you how to do it. We talk about your spreadsheet. We talk about your Rolodex. We talk about how to rate your dates immediately after from 1 to 10 on a pill, on attentiveness, and all the other stuff. So it teaches you how to do it well, if that's what you want to do.
So Shalana said this. She said this when you spoke on women having their own little old rotation. She said, no, we just want to know if you remember or if you are still interested. So that's why if she don't call you on Thursday, and she said she's going to call you on Thursday and then call you on Friday, that's what she's saying. We just want to know if you remember that we were supposed to call you on Thursday.
Oh, absolutely. Because when I was dating 4 or 5, I knew how to keep them separated, and I had a spreadsheet. My daily planner. I had went out with Tammy. We went for coffee. Bad vibe. Might give her a second chance. Went to shoot pool with Stephanie. Really funny. Had a good time. I think I want to talk to her on a more serious basis. So I was making the same kind of notes I'm teaching women how to do. It made so much sense because after a while you're like, why did I stop talking to Stephanie? What happened between me and Tammy? Oh, that's right. Yeah. She ghosted, and there's a section about ghosting in here and how to behave and how to act and interact. But so I was interested in her, but I was looking for something more serious because I was auditioning for a serious mate. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have cared. I would have said, hey, catch up with me whenever.
Wow. Okay, we have a question here.
Okay.
What's your view on today's popular opinion that women should pay for the date or going Dutch?
Okay, I'm old school, so I think that's a no.
Okay.
But I'm finding a lot of women who say I'm very independent. I'm so independent. I pay my own bills and I do this. And those very same women are saying initially, the first or second date, we're going to go Dutch so you don't feel like I owe you anything. So you're not entitled to anything. If I don't call you back, you can't trip on me.
Right.
And actually, I think it helps set up a relationship for equality.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I take you out and spend $150, not that you owe me anything, not sexually, but you're going to owe me a couple more conversations, some time, maybe even a second date. And some women are like, yeah, it was okay, and I know you spent $150, $200, whatever, but it wasn't that good. So, deuces. So now I'm feeling like a simp. I'm feeling like a sponsor, which is even worse. Right.
Sponsor.
Yeah. And then I'm telling people, we went out, had a good time. Vibe was good. Conversation was good as far as I'm concerned. We talked on the phone. I spent, a couple $100 at a really nice place. And she said she'll get back to me. So to me, that means she's probably trying to see who else she can get some nice dates from. Or she has somebody in her back pocket on the shelf that she's trying to circle back to. And I'm just a fill-in until she figures out if that's going to work with her, an old dude.
So, no, not that one. Sorry. Get somebody else to do it. Girl, what do you say? Spreadsheet.
You gotta have a spreadsheet. You got, because I found out y'all give guys names like,
in the phone.
Yes, in the phone.
That's right.
Big jeans, Pete, big feet Pete, tight pants stand.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, whatever. Cute dude from the whatever. I suggest y'all use those in your spreadsheet, and after every single date with a guy, make notes. Send yourself some notes. Write it on the back of a napkin, whatever. Put them in your phone and keep that spreadsheet tight, because during the difficult times, during the dry times, when your phone's not ringing like it should have or like it used to, then you go to that spreadsheet and say, you know what? We did have a good time. We had a lot of laughs. Let me call Big Feet Pete and see what he's up to. Tight pants Stan, whatever, or cute dude from the barbershop. I'm going to call him and see what's up. Or I'm going to circle back because I don't think we ever really got to know each other. But without making those notes, without the spreadsheet, then you might get somebody confused. You think you're talking to somebody, and because he doesn't have a social media presence, and it's you don't spend 2-3 days talking to dude on the phone, and it's somebody altogether different.
Now that you said that, this would have been so good for me in my 20s and my 30s. It really would have, because I'm not the type of person that like to date a lot of different people. I didn't give myself a chance to see what was out there so I could compare.
Yeah.
I just got with somebody We was working it out. We trying to make it work.
You like them enough?
And yeah, I like him enough. He liked me. So let's make it work. And that's okay. And there's nothing really wrong with that. But now that it's over, I should have had some other people. I should have had me a spreadsheet so I could compare. Like, okay, I know I don't like this, so I wouldn't have to make up lies.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I have some standards and some boundaries, and you outside of that boundary. And I'm going to say this. I don't know if I put it in the book. If I didn't, I should have. When you are trying to decide what types of guys to date seriously, my suggestion is that 25-year-old list that you had when you were 25, high school, college, whatever, he's got to be this. And now women enter the 6-pack and 6 feet tall and 6 figures. Mm-hmm. That are so few guys who fit those parameters.
Right.
That really it's a fantasy man. Mm. So if you can't get your fantasy man, what is your backup? What other types of guys would you associate yourself with? A lot of women only have that list. And if I can't get him and he's driving this car and got this house, then I don't want anybody. Yeah. Which is what y'all say.
Yeah.
But broke dudes still be sliding through.
Woo!
And we know dudes that can't measure up be sliding through and you get with them for free. So be true to yourself. I know I'm hitting home right now. So all I'm asking is, women, be realistic. And Kevin Samuel used to say it. I didn't like the way he said it, but he used to say, be real with what you can get, what you can afford. Just like when you buy a house and a car, mm-hmm. and clothes and bags. You know, it's kind of like we kind of know, mm-hmm. what we can attract, mm-hmm. because of what we've been attracting.
Right.
And I'm not saying settle, because that's a bad word, but I'm saying be more realistic. Mm-hmm. If you've never been able to attract a guy that had all that, and now you 40, 45, 50, 55, what makes you think you can now? Right. So I'm just asking you, throw that, and the therapist told me this, throw that list away of the things he has to have, your wish list for your man, throw that list away and get a shorter list of deal breakers. What am I not willing to put up with? Because if you want to disqualify somebody, they can go a lot further by the things that you're not willing to put up with. And I've never chosen a woman on that before, mm-hmm. until I talked to a therapist after being married for 24 years. She said, because I was going by the same list I had for my previous relationship, she threw it in the trash. Because you can get somebody that hits all that. Mm-hmm. But the thing, being considerate, being kind, being thoughtful, being nurturing, those aren't on your list because you think those are givens. Mm-hmm. So you marry someone who's like that, or you fall for someone who's like that, and it's going to end up, raggedy every single time. So I got my little deal breaker list. Met somebody who was like, okay, I like, boom, boom, boom.
Karen Wilson said, I need him to have some teeth, though. That's going on the list. He going to have some teeth, though, in this. Ooh, okay. I don't care, 20, 40, 60.
Okay, so are y'all meeting men who don't have teeth? Because I'm sorry. I don't really know what to say about this.
Oh my goodness!
Am I missing something?
I don't know.
Karen, where you live? That brothers don't have teeth.
Maybe Elk Cliff. What they got at Oak Cliff?
You caught me with my mouth open. She said Oak Cliff.
No, that's my hood. All right, so here. Get a deal breaker list. I like that.
And the deal breaker list is going to be shorter than the must-have list, mm-hmm. which is good. It's really, really good because a lot of people can make that wish list, mm-hmm. or close to the wish list, but then there's some things about him you cannot stand. There's some deal breakers on there.
Right.
He's not nice to people. He's not a kind person. He's not thoughtful. He's not giving. He's quick to wrath. He doesn't really know how to talk to you in a kind, warm manner, mm-hmm. even when y'all not getting along.
Right.
Those are deal breakers.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, so he can have all that other stuff, but if he has the things on a deal breaker list, y'all still not gonna make it. Yeah. And it's gonna be a difficult relationship.
That's right.
And I'm all for, and I love putting people together, trying to get people married, happily married, and out of toxic relationships. Yeah.
That's right. Brings us to the next one. When you date while seeking a soulmate.
Yes.
Oh, let's talk about some of these rules. Dating while seeking a soulmate. Like you were saying, look, I'm looking for someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Your person.
Yeah, my person. But help us, because I know for me, I've experienced like some people have an issue with women who wants to be married. Oh, they just gotta be married. They just gotta be married. As if that's a bad thing.
I was gonna say, what's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's like a bad thing. Like, why is that such a bad thing for a woman to want to be married? Like, what else is there for her to do? I mean, once you get to the point where, okay, I'm tired of seeing all these particular people. I want someone that is my soulmate. One is my person. One that I can grow old with. How do we get to that particular point when we are okay with choosing someone to be our soulmate?
You know what? I'm glad you said that. Use those terms, because a lot of women think that men choose. Men aren't the only ones that choose, because all day long a woman can say that one.
That's right.
And approach him right, smile at him, say some nice things to him. Where's he going? Where's he going? If you're doing the things that moves his needle, so to speak, what's the song? Don't look any further. He's not gonna look any further. He's gonna be like, I got it. He's gonna say, I got it. This is what I've been waiting on.
Right.
This is what I've been praying on. That's what I've been thinking about. I got it. So some of the things in this chapter 2, finding a true connection, the rules for dating while seeking a soulmate, and rule number 34 is take a self-reflection survey. Yes, this is big.
Okay.
Before seeking a soulmate, take time for self-reflection. Make a list of what you value, your relationship goals, and what you truly desire in a partner. The reflective process will help you make informed decisions when dating. I think this is so important, and this is why this is in chapter 2. Because so many women say, I like him. He's attractive. He's funny. He has a good job. I like his house. I like the way he dresses. I like his cars. He smells good. Is there anything about him that shares your values? Do y'all have shared values? When y'all talking about long-term goals, or do y'all ever get around talking about long-term goals? Because you don't want to talk about long-term goals because he might think you pushy, and he might think you're going too far, and all you're trying to do is get to know him. No, you're looking for a soulmate. You need to know these things. Are y'all compatible? Are y'all compatible spiritually? Are y'all compatible, financially? Y'all compatible? Because y'all both don't have to have money, but y'all both have to want money and do the things that get money. So are you compatible intimately, sexually, which is huge, because you can love him and he can't kiss. That's what I heard. So it's like if he can't kiss, is it something? I always say, is it a skill or a will issue? Does he have the skill to become a better lover? Does he have the will to become a better lover? Because some guys have the will to be not just better kissers, but better pleasers, but they don't have the skill to do it. So I always say, sisters, if you really like him, coach him up.
Hey.
Coach him up.
One of my favorite songs is Teach Me How to Love. Show me the way to. Hey, you have to show them how to get to your heart, baby. And
it is okay to say, I really like it when you do this, but you know what? Next time I want you to try this. I read in Cosmo. I heard the girlfriends talking at the shop. You don't have to say this what you really want, or the last dude did it better, because that'll break up male ego. The male ego is fragile.
Man, it's so fragile.
Yeah.
God.
So when y'all say, I read in Cosmo that this is a thing now, and women like this when guys do so and so. I like to try that. You don't have to know you've been doing it for 20 years. He just hadn't done it to you. So there's a lot of ways to share, ways to please you, but you gotta slide it in a pass the butter tone. Not when y'all having sex and he ain't hitting right.
Oh my. Oh, now Gary Williams said, I hear marriage and run. What?
Yeah, why you running?
What you running for?
Yeah.
Lord.
Okay, so if Gary's running, I want to know, has he been in a marriage that was so bad that now he's like, and there's a section about the section in here, dating men who are married and will never be married again. There's a section in there about what to do when you date them and how to approach them and so forth. When to cut your losses. Right. So Gary, if you can answer. Have you been in a bad marriage and decided it's not for you?
Somebody say, Carmelita said, he's just talking. He's just talking.
Carmelita say, blah, blah, blah.
So that brings me to another section. It's way in the back.
Okay.
rules for nudging your man towards a marriage proposal.
That's right.
So it's like, so at this particular point, I'm thinking this particular chapter is for this man has already agreed to getting in this relationship because you all have already talked about.
He's serious about you.
Yeah,
he's serious.
We're dating and for a soulmate. You said you want a soulmate. I said I want a soulmate.
We're exclusive.
We're exclusive.
Right.
We're together.
He's claiming you.
Okay. He's claiming you.
He's claiming you in the streets and everywhere else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what does nudging him to marriage? Because listen, when I read this, I was like, I'm not doing that, because if he's ready to marry me, I'm not trying to talk a man into asking me to marry him. I just feel some type of way about that.
And you should. That's why that chapter is not called How to Talk a Man into Marriage.
But that's a nudge. That's what I get with a nudge.
Well,
teach me.
Okay, say for instance, you want you and your man living together, or y'all own a business together, and you think it's time to upgrade.
Okay.
There's ways to talk about in a partnership that you want things to go farther, further, faster, and be more pronounced.
Right.
Or I want to start dating exclusively. There's a lot of conversations that you can have with a partner, a potential partner, when y'all feeling each other like that.
Right.
So for instance, you're dating a guy for 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Some women are like, I can't date a guy for 2 years without him giving me a ring. Some women it's 5. Some women it's 7. Some women it's 10. I'll give him 10 years, but if he can't figure it out by then, I'm done. Well, now you just gave somebody the best 10 years of your life.
Right.
So I suggest not to go that far, but everyone has, their level where when they go past that's it. So my point is, you want to be married to him. You like him. He's met your family. You met his family. Y'all travel together. Everybody y'all knows that you're a couple. Just say, hey, what's our next step? Do you see us get married? And if so, what kind of time frame are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with saying it.
Right.
And there's nothing, because everything in life is a business.
Right.
And that relationship is a business. I think if you go at it or treat it more like a business opportunity or business upgrade, you're probably going to get more of what you want. He might have said, you know what? You never said anything about marriage. I didn't know you wanted to marry me. I didn't think maybe I wasn't good enough since you never brought it up.
Speaking of that, listen, Tamara says, does marriage have to be the end goal? Some men enjoy the freedom of singleness. Just be upfront.
Yeah, no, Tamara, I certainly agree. Marriage does not have to be the end goal, but if your relationship goal is to be married, and which is what I speak to, because I did have a whole chapter, and this is one of the longest chapters about multiple dating and remaining single. And it tells women how to do it and how to be good at it. Mm-hmm. But I like people to seek marriage, which is the ultimate in relationships, and whether you get there or not, because there's an experience and there's a journey, and there's so much not only self-gratification but self-exploration that you learn working towards being married or working towards being a healthy relationship. So marriage does not have to be the goal. And most men enjoy the freedom of singleness, and you know why it is, because they don't have to commit. They don't have to set boundaries. All they have to do is keep dating women and panties on the floor, and then next week it's another woman who's panties on the floor. So for a lot of guys, they're still stuck in that. Let me see how many women I can collect. Let me see how many notches on my belt, a head post, or whatever. But if you're a woman and you're looking for a marriage or a very serious relationship, and a guy tells you, I'm not interested in being married, at that point you have to decide, am I just going to keep kicking it with him? Mm-hmm. Or do I need to cut this off right now because he can't do anything, waste my time?
Right.
And whatever you decide, stick with it. So we already talked about not circling back to that foolishness, going back, picking that jar up off the shelf that it's going to stink when you open it, and the milk is spoiled. It's like, you don't have to do that to yourself.
Right.
So decide up front, and it talks about it in this book, decide up front what you want in a relationship and then go about getting it.
So I was talking to a friend, and a friend. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It was a female friend, a girlfriend. And she was explaining to me about how she went on this date, right? And the guy was separated, but yet married. And he felt like it was cool for him to date because he's separated.
Okay.
But to her, to me as well, separated, and because I went through all those stages where you marry, you decide I don't want to be with you no more, so we separated.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then you married and you decide, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more. You go sleep in that room, I'm gonna sleep in this room. Separated.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Then you say, I'm gonna get my own place, you get your own place. Separated.
Still separate.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so sick of you. I'm moving to a whole nother city. Separate. At the end of the day, the people are still what? Married.
Still married.
So I don't know why, and I'm not sure I have met any woman that's really doing it, but I've met quite a few men that are separated who say they're separated in whatever capacity that is and feel like it's okay to date. You have given some rules on this part. Let me see. Let me go to this chapter. This chapter 25. Let me tell you, I want to show you what I put. Tell the people what I put on this chapter for you.
We'll say delete the entire chapter.
Delete the entire chapter.
Okay. and let me tell you why that's not fair.
Okay.
Because you just described so many levels of being separated.
Mm-hmm.
We're separated and we live in, well, to me, if you live in the same house, you're not separated. You're just going through something. If you have your own spot, that's separated. If you move to another city, of course, that's separated. If you get mail at a different place because you live at a different place, to me, that's separated. Anything less than that, to me, is not separated. So I can't throw the chapter out because sometimes men and women go through some of the most difficult times in their life and are still finding out what they want in the next relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The paperwork hadn't gone through that yet, or they haven't made a final decision whether to get divorced yet. Mm-hmm. So I think women should know Mary Johnson's still married, yes.
Yeah.
But I think women should know, and we talk about it in this book, are they separated and interested in dating? Are they separated and interested in just dining? Are they interested in trying to find another partner? Where are they in the separated, relationship graphic? Because if they're trying to find a real girlfriend or boyfriend and you're separated, then to me that's wrong. You need to finish that other situation. Otherwise, you just decide you. Or you just a side dude.
Absolutely.
And you can call it what you want to, but that's really what you are.
Right.
If they're still married and y'all kicking it, you a side dude. You can say, I'm the girlfriend now, and they getting a divorce. You can say what you want to, but you're a side chick. You're a side dude.
But I don't get it. Like, I don't get it with y'all. Why do you feel like it's okay for you to even approach a woman in that way when you are still married to someone else? I don't care what part of the relationship that you two are in. The bottom line is you are committed. Anything happen, they going to the next of kin, which is her, right? She have all rights,
yes,
and privileges over everything that concerns you. What make you think you have a right to even approach another woman? Go get healed.
Okay, but before, and I agree with all that, but before you talk about the healing part, you're going through a divorce. Sometimes it's in Texas, I think it's 90 days from the time you file to the time you can get divorced. And other, like I think Washington, in Washington D.C., I think it's 2 years.
Yeah.
You file in 2 years, you can't get divorced because they give you a chance to work it out.
Right.
When you are a man and you are separated and you are not having conjugal interactions with your wife, you are lonely. You are horny. You still want a woman to find you attractive and appealing, and you want to be admired and adored, and it's not happening with your wife, so you go find some other woman who makes you feel that way about yourself. I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm just telling you that's the way it is. Yeah. And then women too. Women are separated, can't wait to get back out in them streets. Yeah.
You ain't got to do that.
I have to go that far. Yeah. No, I knew a woman who said, I can't wait till I'm separated so I can go through my whole phase. I'm like, I wouldn't have told anybody. What can I even say? I wouldn't have told that.
Right.
Some things I wouldn't have told. And that's one thing I would have kept to myself. But she was looking forward to it so she could run the streets and, let different dudes be all up and through.
Yeah. Some of us have different morals and values when it comes to certain things like that. So Gary, here come Gary. Here he come. So basically, you are saying people got low self-esteem. Well.
I haven't said that, but a lot of times we do, yes.
Yeah.
You know, we all go through periods where we don't feel the best about ourselves. And we already know low self-esteem will get you jammed up. Yeah. Low self-esteem will let some dude, some woman, they don't have the best interest in heart for you at all. But your self-esteem is so low, you let them come through again. You let them spend your money, use your credit card, drive your car,
right?
Borrow whatever money and don't give it back. So we all go through, ebbs and flows of self-esteem. And low self-esteem will get you credit bad, get your butt naked when you didn't think you was gonna get money. It'll get you doing a lot of things you said you would not do.
Right.
Men and women, both. Men and women.
Man, so let's see what these people talking about. Karen says there is no guarantee that they will not reconcile, and that is for sure.
It is. I mean, and that's a chance you take, because people will say, what if he goes back to her? And you have planted some seeds and y'all start doing some things together. Y'all start sleeping together. Maybe you start traveling together, and then they reconcile and then you feel foolish. It can happen. Yeah. It's happened to men too. With me and my man, we're going to try to make it work one more time. Really? It happens.
Yeah, it does.
So in the book, it tells you not to go in and rush into anything like that.
Right.
It tells you all the things to look out for and things you should do and consider if you're dating a man who's separated. And there's another chapter about dating a man who's newly married.
Yeah, I was going to get to that too.
Yeah.
Newly divorced. Yeah. And he has so many different things, but the part that bothers me, and the reason why I say delete the whole chapter, is because there are so many people who are really going through these particular situations.
Absolutely.
That you have to write this particular thing. So when you get in a situation like, let me tell you the best way to deal with it, which it shouldn't be a thing.
But it is.
It is.
Yeah.
We have no. It seems like we don't really think that marriage means anything anymore. And that goes on both sides, for the person that's inside the marriage or the person that's playing with the person that is married. It's like no one have any loyalty towards marriage. Like, I'm not loyal to my sister.
Right.
Because I know that's somebody else's husband. I'm not loyal to her. We don't even think about, well, I don't want this to happen to me. So I'm
karma.
I'm going, I'm going to back off. And then sometimes we should be like, dude, if you don't go back to your wife, go home.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes women, they think they have to say so, but they don't. All they can do is ask and approach. We have to say so on whether it's going to go down or not. We have so much power in saying yes or no, in determining what this particular man do. Because, he might go to somebody else, but it didn't happen with you. That night you sent him home to his wife. Yeah. So he won't. And he know, I just can't go do what I want to do because everybody not down.
So he's got to treat you differently from now on.
That's right.
She's on another level. So if I want to be entertained or entertain her again, I got to come more correct next time. So you just, whether you realize not, you just, raised yourself. Your stock is higher. You're more lofty in his eyes now. And now he's not only interested in dealing with you, he's trying to see what you're really about now.
He's going to try me.
Yeah, he's going to try you, but I think his intentions will be a lot better.
Go on somewhere.
Say, go with that.
Get your credit back. Yes, they get your credit back. Well, I ain't finna get my credit back.
You sit and tell all your business.
No, I ain't finna get my credit back. Okay. Here come Gary. Breakups are losses, and we need to grieve and heal. I believe that. Almost like, because I've gone through grief and I've gone through divorce. Same process. Same healing is because you go from having and then to without. And you have to learn how to live without that person,
right,
whether they're in your space or gone forever. So it's really the same process. We move on and never complete the cycle and then wonder why the next doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know if Gary was on. We talked about that. And because he's exactly right.
Yeah.
and we expect somebody to carry the baggage from the last relationship, which is not fair.
Right.
And does not work. Yeah, get that straight before you come holler at me.
Now, here come Carmelita back. She say, now he talking. At first he was saying some crazy stuff, but now you're talking. Come on up in here.
You making sense now, G.
So listen, he have a rule about how to date people. The rules, chapter 12. Man, this is so funny to me. The rule for dating thrifty Romeo.
I knew that's where you were going.
Man, what it delete this. Thrifty. First of all, how you gonna come up with thrifty?
Okay, so no, go ahead.
Cheap Negroes. That's what cheap. But there is a rule for dating those who are thrifty. Let's talk about it.
Yes. Okay, I knew you were going to go there because women seem to bring that up. Even though, and we'll get back to it, I'll put a pin in that. Even though there are rules for in the whole section over dating men with money,
I got that.
dating professional athletes, all of that. But she came in right with the rules.
We know how to do that.
Yeah. No, a lot of y'all don't do it well.
You're right.
A lot of y'all don't do it well. And that's why I put chapters in there because y'all think y'all doing it and y'all end up on the side.
Come on in here.
I always end up on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And so clearly you would have done some things differently, or you still be with the dude. He'd be your husband now. As opposed to, I remember, we used to fly together, and I used to travel, and then he had a really nice house and all this, and then what? Oh, he married the next chick. That's the kind of stuff that happens. So I know a lot of y'all think y'all can do it, but y'all not doing it well. So there's some rules for doing it well. Now back to this, because not every guy has the wherewithal, the funds, the money, has had the exposure to know how to treat a woman and to do nice things for her. A lot of guys date the same type of chick since high school. A girl who, you give her some chicken and some beer and she's happy. You get her some pizza, and some, what's that? Espresso? Mm-hmm. No, what is it called? Prosecco? Yeah, y'all get them some Prosecco, Prosecco and some chicken wings.
Yeah, okay.
And a lot of guys will date women who are just that simple to and easy to please.
Right.
Don't require much. Take me to the movies every now and then. Take me out to the bar every now and then. Be seen out in public with me. And they don't require a lot. So we have guys who date those kind of women. When they meet someone like you or some of the other women like, nah, take that chapter out. I don't need that chapter. Sometimes you got to coach them up. I have I won't say a friend, but associate, a very nice person who was dating this guy. Mm-hmm. And they went out a few times and he sent some flowers, kind of like this, mm-hmm. to her office. And I thought the flowers were nice, but it's a small arrangement. Mm-hmm. And she was like, Victor, I just need to know if you think this is acceptable. So the first question I said is, how long y'all been seeing each other? Have y'all been intimate? Have there been some spender nights? Have y'all come to that point? Because I think at that point, then especially if he's sending flowers to your job, knowing that other people are going to be looking on and judging the size of flowers you get, flowers should have been way up here. Flowers were down here. So I said, perhaps he doesn't know. Well, he's 16. He should know. I said, but perhaps he doesn't know.
Right.
That especially when he's sending something to your office, it needs to be a representative of what he thinks about you. If he's bringing something by your house, he might be able to get away with it the first and second time. But that's where the coaching up comes in. So you will have guys who don't like to, I won't say blow money, don't like to spend a lot of money. Right. Don't want to pour into mm-hmm. dates financially up front. They might say, hey, let's I got a Groupon for, a yacht outing around the lake. Or some friends of mine are meeting us because we getting this deal on this. I got a coupon that I got offline for this concert. Right. And a lot of women would turn their nose up. Why are you getting coupons? Why are you saving money? Right. If that's not insane to even ask that question, right. But that's what women insinuate. Mm-hmm. So that's why I put rules in there for dating a thrifty Romeo.
And there's a difference. I think there's a difference between being thrifty and being cheap. And especially when you don't know, mm-hmm. right? Because I don't think it's anything wrong with dating someone who is on your financial level or at a particular level that you want to be at.
Right, that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that you're comfortable with. Because if I'm hungry and I like fine dining, mm-hmm. but all we can do is go get some chicken and some beer like you talked about. Right. Well, I can do that sometimes, but can we go to the fine dining? Are we able to go? Or you know what I'm saying? So I'm not comfortable with that. Not saying I'm judging him by his particular finances, but at some point, now you don't have to take me every time we go. And then there's going to be some time when I don't mind paying myself.
Right.
But can we go?
But see, I love the way you put that, because that is the question that's going to get it done every time. I like the chicken and the pizza and the places we get the ballpark food, or stop here and get this and that. But sometimes, can we go for fine dining? I like fine dining. Give me a high five. Because that is exactly how you should approach it. That's exactly how you should approach it. I like what we do together. I have a great time, but I like finer things too. Can we do some of those? Wow. How are you going to say no? If he says no, then you're right. He's not the right man for you. Because if he cares about you and enjoys spending time with you, he's going to say, sure, I just never thought about it. Well, what type of places would you like to go? Cheesecake Factory.
Listen, I was going to talk about that. The Cheesecake Factory. I really want to know, because I've heard some men talk about it. I've heard some women talk about it. I don't agree with the list of the do not do's.
I think it's trash. To me, it's trash.
I don't agree with it, but there are some people who really live by it. What I've noticed about some of them, they don't have, like the old folks say, pot nor window.
Yes.
But your expectation is for the other to give you all of these things and provide all of those things. We should be matching.
Right.
You
should be aligned.
You should be matching. Like, if you don't have a job, but yet you can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. Come on now, sweet baby. Come on home, girl. You're gonna have to get it together. And I think it's really the younger generation that's now. I mean, it may be some older folks that's out there that
would be a shame.
That's not. But come on. And I'm trying to teach them, like, come on, y'all, like. First, and then what's the killer is Cheesecake Factory is number one on the list of you can't take me here on a particular day. But
I happen to like Cheesecake Factory. I think it's fine
too.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
They have this
you know the menu?
Yeah. Yeah, they have this Cajun dish that's really spicy. That Cajun pasta, man. It is so good. I wanted to go to Missy Battles. What did she say? We will celebrate 30 years. Marriage is work, and I am not afraid to labor. This is such a good topic. I'm enjoying it and can share with others, and it is helping me. Thank you so much. Woo! 30 years.
Yes. Woo! Missy, there's a couple of chapters in here about maintaining the magic in a marriage. So, and clearly you figured it out.
Yeah.
But just in case you want to make the times get rough, or you want to add a little something, there's some rules, some guidelines for, keep it maintaining the magic.
Right.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. 30 years is a great accomplishment. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Come on now.
I want to be like you when I grow up. Listen, now we're gonna wrap it up a little bit, but there are some things that I do want to talk about, because since we talked about the dating, the thrifty man, I can't go without dating the rich man or dating the one that has the money.
Yeah, dating a wealthy man.
Dating a wealthy man. I got it on here somewhere. Did I put it on there?
It was on the list you gave me.
Yeah, I know, right? Where the wealthy man? Come here. Come. Oh, there he is.
He was hiding.
Yeah, I see you, wealthy man.
Like they normally are.
Come here, wealthy man. So give us some tips, like dating a wealthy man, because this is what I think.
I'm listening.
We don't have a problem as people with finding somebody to date. Okay. I don't think we have a problem with finding somebody
to go out with, right?
To just go out with. Just to say, you know what, let's go out, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's our major problem. The thing that I think we have issues with as a people is, where do we go from there?
Yes.
In that particular part. So if you get into a situation where you're on a date with this wealthy man, what do you do?
First thing is maintain your independence.
Okay.
And women are starting, because the book just came out last month. And women are already starting to say, hey, I'm on this chapter about wealthy man. I want a wealthy man, so I don't have to be independent. I'm like, no, you keep your independence
Mm-hmm.
because at any point he could get sick, lose all the money, or he could just get tired of you. And then where does that leave you? So you have to decide what's not only what's in it for me, what's going to be left for me if he decides, or the Lord takes him away, or he decides he wants to do something else, or you find out he got 2-3 women on the side, and now there's not much left for you.
Right.
And that could be 30 years in. It could be 40 years in. It could be 20 years in.
Right.
So you have to keep a modicum of independence so that you still know who you are, and not everything that hits your pocketbook comes from him. You know, get your side hustle. You can get a job and still have a very wealthy man.
Right.
You can start a nonprofit that pays. You could sell things, make things, because a big part of y'all still is you. Because women sometimes get guys who lead with their money and they have substantial income, and those guys can treat you any way they want to. Because you're saying, well, I guess that's what's required, you know, because he's got money and, you know, I'm in this relationship and I don't want anybody else to have him, but he's dogging you. If he's dogging you, why don't you want somebody else to have him?
Right.
Because then I'll have to give up this soft life, as y'all say now. I would have to give up all these nice things. Yeah, but at what rate is it worth it to you?
Right.
He's coming home and he gets ready. You can't ask him where he's spending his money because you're not making any of it, and you don't even know where all the bank accounts are. So that's why I say remain a modicum of independence,
Right.
even if you have a man who's very wealthy, or if he's a professional athlete. There's a chapter in there about him, because you have to still respect who you are as well as who he is in his finances. Don't lose yourself in his wealth.
That's good. Don't lose yourself.
See, you were already thinking about it differently. Already, I like that. I'm changing minds. I dig that. Yeah, I saw it come over you. I saw that look. She was like, wait a minute.
That's all right.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, okay. So we're going to wrap this thing up. We've been going for over an hour. I know it was going to be. Yeah, remember you was like, it's going to be well over an hour.
You know what? And it ran.
It's some good stuff. But he did say about maintaining the magic once you get married. After you done went through all these rules of dating and you get that special someone. Whoa, how do you maintain the magic?
Yeah.
We're going to end on this note. How do you maintain? How you keep it?
How to stay locked and loaded. It's very important, because I think sometimes when people are married for so long, they start to be more business partners than lovers. And it's just so easy to stop thinking about, let me kiss her when she comes in the door. When I hug him, let me pinch his booty or slap him on the behind to keep it playful. Right. Or to see him in something that you think it really looks nice on him and say, hey, that looks good on you. And then try to take it off. You know, or tell him, okay, I know you got somewhere to go, but tonight, 7:30, I'm going to need to see you in that same outfit. We're going to work something out. That playfulness falls away because it's raising kids, it's bills, it's building a business, it's keeping the lights on. It's everything else. But then you lose what brought y'all together, the attraction, the intimacy, the heat, the appreciation for each other. I think it's really important. You know, still have date night, or a night or two that it's like, okay, no cell phones after 9:00, and hell, maybe no TV after 9:00. Right. Tonight is my playlist. Right. Next time is your playlist. Right. I hear you. But there will be no TV. There will be no phones. Turn it off. Your recall for these 70 songs is killing me. That's all I know. But I love it. But Teddy P said it. Turn off the lights. Turn it off. I don't want. And then your homegirl Aretha Franklin said, I don't want nobody around me, my man. I don't want my mother, my sister, my brother. I don't want nobody around us. So tell people this is a private time. You can't come out today. Right. Don't even call me because I'm not going to answer the phone. Right. Set aside private time where their phone will not ring because it's off. Your phone will not ring because it's off. And get back into each other. If all y'all doing is just rubbing all on each other or whatever else that y'all going to be doing, it's just y'all. And sometimes you can have the most in-depth conversations about love, life, or nothing at all. And sometimes you might realize, babe, I've known you for 30 years. I ain't know that about you. Right. You've always dreamed about playing the piano, or you've always dreamed about whatever, or you've always wanted to go to Florida, Alabama, wherever. We travel all over the world. You never said you want to go to Hilton Head, South Carolina. Okay, well, let's make that happen. So it's those quiet times where you appreciate each other. That's the part of maintaining the magic that means a lot to me. Sometimes you have to shut everything out to re-engage.
Susan said, no phone, no cell phones in the bed.
At all, whatsoever.
Turn it off.
That's it. Turn it off. Now I don't want it on vibrate. No.
Right. Just turn it off. Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah, because even when it's so silent, you go reach over there and be like, let me see.
Yeah, did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? No, because what's going on is right here. You ain't missing nothing over there. That's impossible.
Listen, there's so many other things. I saw a question right quick. What it say? Is there a you better sell your book. Is there a chapter about dating your man? Yeah, is there a chapter on how to date your man?
Yes, there is. There's also a date about dating your ex-boo. There's a chapter on dating your bestie's ex-boo. Did you see that?
I didn't want to talk about that. That's why.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it. We're not talking about it. But sometimes it happens where your bestie, had a dude, it didn't work out for them. And I know y'all got this girl code, but but there are some times where you might get permission or go roundabout, break girl code, and date your bestie's ex. Yeah. Dating your ex, your bestie's ex. Oh, and then there's a chapter about running into your new boo's ex. Some guidelines and some rules on how to behave. Because just think about it, even though you can say, well, he's my man now, I could ABC. A lot of people are watching.
Right.
Things will be played back, even in his mind, if you handle it incorrectly. Because you don't want both of y'all, you don't want whatever she does, his ex says, to trigger you. And now both of y'all acting a fool. Nobody can tell who the real fool is. So always keep your crown on straight when you run into no matter what she says or does, because you got it now.
Check this out. Me and my kid's mama, she's on here. Her name's Janine. We can write a book about how to date, how to run into your ex, because she's my sister now. Mm-hmm. But her first husband was my second husband.
Oh, okay, y'all cool now. Though.
Oh yeah,
that's my
sister.
Did y'all bump heads initially?
No.
Okay.
No, never.
Y'all came out like queens.
Yes.
Okay, which rarely happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I tell you we can write a book about that thing, we can write a book about that thing, really, because when it's over, it's over.
Yeah, it's what's supposed to be. I believe so.
When it's over, it's over. When you're done, it's a wrap, and then you don't have any animosity towards all that, because when you healed and that, you're not carrying things over, and then you don't want the worst for your ex, even if they didn't treat you right. Right.
And she could say, you know what, good luck.
Good
luck. Maybe it'll be better than what we had. Maybe or just it ran its course.
Right.
It was okay. It was good at some point, but it ran its course. So he's a good guy. Good luck.
Right.
Which would be the most appropriate thing to say, but it's rarely said.
Right. It is. And I don't know why it's such a hard thing for women to do. But I thank God for us. We just jail her children, my children, mine, hers, and then, it's one big happy. I didn't know her before.
Right.
It was just when we were dating, we met, and that's been my sister ever since.
But see, that's how it's supposed to be. But what usually goes is, you ain't never gonna be me. Stop, please.
Right.
Please just stop. Stop. Let that man go on.
Right.
Let that woman go on and find joy and happiness with someone else somewhere else, and wish them the best.
Right.
And that way they won't be in your face.
I would like an autographed copy, please. They want the book. Somebody else say, I want the book.
Yeah.
Put in the comments, say, I want the book. I want the book. How can I get the book?
Okay, you can go to Amazon to get the book. Mm-hmm. If you want an autographed copy from me, go to victormclaughlin@gmail.com. And then we'll make arrangements. I'll autograph it, package it, ship it off this week.
Woo! Yes. I am so excited about my guest on today. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for just coming by. Thank you for what you're doing. Now, when I saw your book online, I was like, how are you going to write a book about what we need to do? for dating. How does man know? But then sometimes we need to take the time out to just stop and listen, just to see what they are saying, because we dating them.
Yes, there are there are nuggets about what men like and how we like to be approached and what works best for us. Because when the book came out, even the woman, like I designed the cover, and I designed, and my fiance told me what color she thought it should be, and a friend I have that was in California said, yeah, I think that'd be a great color for the book. And she said, you know, women are gonna be coming for you. I said, I'm accustomed to it, because when I first started writing novels, women would say, how do you know so much about relationships? Did a woman help you write this book? No, of course not. I do research, and I pay attention to how people treat each other. Even as a child, I always did. So when it was time to write this book, I put everything I've been discussing with women over 25 years in it. So there's a lot of research. There's some proof. There's some things that I know work, because women have gotten back to me saying, I did some things differently. And now that's chapter 4. I remember you told me this about chapter 4, and it was 15 years ago. And now it's in chapter 4. And I've been telling my friends and showing their work. And now we getting flowers and we getting this. And men are approaching us differently. And I smile when I go out now. So I don't have a lazy date or a lazy outing where I get dressed up and I smell good and I look beautiful and my shoes are on point. And no man speaks to me all night long. That doesn't happen anymore, because now I know how to present myself. And I tell women, I'm not trying to change you. Right. And I'm not trying to tell you how you should act. All I'm suggesting is finesse the edges of who you already are, right, so that men can see you like you want them to see you. Right. That's all I'm saying is men are visual this way. Men think this way. We're logical this way. So even though it is a rules book for women, it's written in a logical way. There's no emotion in it. So, and one of the first women that bought the book said, I'm going to read it, but I ain't going to believe anything in it. And then she hit me right back and she said, how do you know this? I said, I'm a man. Right. And not only am I a man, I consider myself a well-evolved man, and I pay attention. That's key. I pay attention to how men are treating women when they're out, how women talk to each other when they're out. I see it all. So when I was single, a woman might come up and say, hey, I've been checking you out all night, or I saw you early when you came in, and I'd like to get to know you, whatever. By the time she says that, I could already tell that she's been laughing out loud, even with her mouth open. She's been on the phone the whole time. She looking at every dude pass by. I've already peeped her because I pay attention. Right. So it was almost second nature to put everything that I've experienced in this book. There are so many other chapters that we did not get to. There's some chapters about when you go out by yourself, how you should sit, how you should carry yourself. If you have the unction to even speak to someone, and to approach someone. When I read that, I was like, I ain't finna go approach nobody. A lot of women have never done it, but when this book came out, they said, you know what? I walked up to a man and said, because it's all about complimenting. You have a nice smile. Oh, I really like your shoes. And the guy's like, oh, really? Now, whole conversation opens up. So a guy you never would have met that you thought was attractive, now he's like, oh, you're a real cool sister. And it goes from there. It might turn into something. It might not. But now you're meeting a lot more guys who you never had access to. And women initially saying, well, you talking about your book, and you have a better collection of guys to choose from. I just want one. Sis, please stop saying that. You might only want to end up with one, but you want more than just one as an option. So when somebody tells you, I'm going to put you in a place mentally and physically in a place where you can have access to more men in your style range, right, in your attractiveness phase, places that you can get guys that, well, you want to, but you've never been able to. Because I don't want to walk up and introduce myself to some guy. I don't want to walk up and compliment some guy. I don't want to break that, that illegal force field, because he needs to come to me, but right, he ain't spoke to me. And I go out week after week. I'm tired of all this. How about you speak to a man? Can you? Flirty is the new flex. That's a chapter. It is a chapter. Flirty is the new flex. You don't have to show your behind, your teeth, your breast, nothing else. That's right. A warm smile and sometimes a head nod or a hello. Dude's gonna be looking back all evening. I came in, she spoke, said hello, went on about our business. I need to know who that is. And that's, for men, a lot of times that's all it takes. You don't have to be loud. We don't have to see what your body looks like. When we see that smile and eye contact, And if you say hello, sometimes we get so shook it takes us 10 to 15 minutes to regain our footing because that doesn't happen to us. So now you just told us, and this is chapter 1. Now you just told us that I can come and approach you now. It's okay. You've given me the green light. You've given me the go ahead. Which, a lot of guys don't want to deal with rejection. I can't take rejection. I'm not gonna go over there because she's too attractive. She's too well put together. She's high maintenance or whatever we think about you. When you smile and nod or smile and say hello, you gave us the green light. You're telling us it's okay to get in the water.
Listen, ladies, if you didn't take notes on tonight, you bet. Hey, the word of today is spreadsheet. Get you a spreadsheet. Oh my goodness.
Get you a spreadsheet, ladies.
And write that stuff out. Put a name and check and write down a little old synopsis of what happened so when you go back to it, you can be reminded.
He complimented me on my dress. He said I was pretty. Those things initially might not be that important, but when you start stacking him up to all these other jokers, you were like, he was really thoughtful. He was really kind. I don't have time for 2 or 3 anymore, but I know who I do have time for. I got time for the guy who is really seeing me. And that could change everything.
No, that'll change everything if you open your eyes and just see.
And open your heart.
That paying attention thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! We've had a good time tonight. We went an hour and a half. Talk too much. I'm done. But I need to say this. I saw, I forgot who hooked you up. Was it BJ?
Mm-hmm. Okay, BJ said, hey, here's a person with a good show I think you need to talk to or get to know whatever. When I watched I think I watched 3 or 4 episodes. Only plan on watching 10 or 15 minutes to see if it was worth us, to see if we might gel. Because you don't want to be on somebody's show and it's a flop.
Right.
And it's like, they hate each other. If they used to date or something, because they weren't really getting along.
Right.
So I was going to watch, 10 or 15 minutes of a podcast episode. And I was taking so many notes on how you share and how you teach and how you inspire women that I said, oh man, I hope I get on this lady's show because I was impressed. So then I watched another episode, then another episode. I watched more episodes of your podcast than anybody else's.
Wow. Because
I love how you get down. So when you said, hey, do you think you might have some time to come on the show? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'll be there because I saw you do your thing.
Well, thank you.
So, yes, thank you for having me on your show. I'm sorry we ran over.
No. Well, this is good. That's the thing about, I'm controlling this. Just this. I ain't controlling nothing else. Just this. But this was so good. I believe that so many people, the people, they stayed on, they was communicating, and I believe that somebody's life was changed on tonight.
Oh, I hope so.
That is my focus. That is my goal, that I have a life-changing thing. Not just on here talking just to be talking, but to change someone's perspective, change someone's life, change their outlook, and not allow the past to affect what could be great in the future. If we just give up right at the end, you never know what you can achieve because we're so busy focused on how far we've come.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just one more step before we get to that victorious place that we've been waiting for. If we could just release that frustration and don't give up, keep on moving. Listen, I am so glad that you all have stayed with us on tonight. We have gotten some many rules, and you need to get this book.
Get it. Highlight it, underline it, dog ears, circle, and then tell your friends, because I guarantee you there's so much in here that could change your perspective, which will change your life. It's mind-bending. It's a fast read. There's a lot of stuff in here that's funny because I'm a silly dude. So there's some stuff you're going to laugh at yourself and see, yeah, I've done that. I need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that. I keep making the same mistake, and my girlfriends have told me I keep making the same mistake. Or I've been looking at things differently. I've been looking at them in a way that's not necessarily wrong, but in a way that had benefited.
Right.
Hey, how to reach your relationship goals. Rules for slaying the dating games. How to reach your relationship goals. If you cool where you are and you got more men than you know what to do with, and all of them trying to marry you and boo you up, then you don't really need this book. Anything short of that, you might want. Anything short of that, you might want to get the book.
Well, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me and my homeboy Victor. Woo! Get your copy tonight. You can go to Amazon.com and get it, or you can go to Victor. Let me put that back up.
Oh, that's right.
Let me put it back up. Yeah,
that's right.
There we go. Go ahead and copy it down if you want, and you can also get your autographed copy. Listen, thank you so much, and I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. See you all on next first Monday, the month of April. Man, I'm going W. What's after W? X. Woo, what I'm gonna do with X? Talk about X's. We're gonna talk about it. Until then, you all have a very blessed month, and I'll see you on.
Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out. You've experienced life, love, lost, have no fear. Just keep pushing, be strong. Keep the faith until change comes. Strength is not how much you can never overcome and what you couldn't do alone. I'm determined to. Yeah, I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, 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 yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah.